Hello everyone, welcome to the Vi Move List concept video featuring the contest-winning concept made by Invazive. You see, over at the Project L Discord, which by the way you should totally join, we had a miniature contest of sorts that had many of us sort of put together these amazingly creative custom characters that we sort of imagined to be in Project L. Now I know not all of you are in the Discord of course, so I've gotten permission from each of them to share what they made here on YouTube, and as well as pull in some cool visual representations of what those moves could look like. Of course, if you want to, please come down to the Discord, check us out. You can see all these custom designs there, and trust me, they are super cool. But anyways, just recently I actually gave my thoughts on the possibility of Vi being in Project L, and I talked about how she was very similar to a character from Rising Thunder, Dauntless. But I have something really special for you this time. See, Invazive, one of the designers from the Discord contest, was just as inspired about the possibility of Vi making it in, and he went the extra mile and designed a full moveset along with specials and a really cool super. So without further ado, let's take a look. First up is her passive. It's been widely theorized that the small symbols that you see in the corner of the screen when Darius and Katarina are fighting are some sort of a unique gauge or passive, and this is Invazive's take on it for Vi. Basically, the more hits she deals out, the more damage she'll deal. This is actually quite similar to the mechanic that Jax has in Mortal Kombat 11. His fists would heat up as he began to punch with them, making his next punches even stronger. This sort of concept is perfect for Vi as it allows for high momentum, high aggression gameplay, meaning her damage when she's not popping off is going to be on the lower end, but when she's getting those punches in and doing tons of combos, her damage is going to skyrocket. But of course, the cornerstone of any good kit is the normals, and as you see, we have the standard boxer moveset. A boxer in most fighting games is a fighter who fights purely with their fists and strikes with powerful blows. We've seen plenty of these types of fighters in the past across a wide multitude of games, and here are just some examples of some of the strikes that we can expect in Invazive's design. In particular, the punches were taken primarily from boxers, but also feature quite a few from the King of Fighters series. Right off the bat, we have some of Shen's normals, which could be easily envisioned as Vi's normals. These jabs are fast and do decent damage, mostly to make up for the fact that among some of Lee's cast, Vi will likely have less range than others who bring weapons or projectiles to the table. Given the range factor for a lot of possible champions, a fist fighter will certainly need an edge to be competitive against them. With fast jabs and swings, Vi can easily create that edge, and that's what we're seeing here with these normals. Next, we have animation for some of her stronger punches. For punches, anti-airs, and combo moves. These have pretty solid impact, but again focus primarily on speed and damage, not too much on range. A particular note is her sweep, which was inspired by Dudley's leg tripping move, Dudley of course being another iconic boxer from the Street Fighter series. Then of course we have this killer uppercut punch with Shen with that really impressive follow through. Its height alone makes it a perfect anti-air. Next up we have her specials, and of course, Invazive gave her a DP. The Dragon Punch is a classic in many fighting games, a reversal, a combo finisher, an anti-air, it does it all. Giving Vi a DP makes a ton of sense. In this example, we'll be using Sakura's Dragon Punch from Street Fighter 4 as a keyframe example, but of course, let's not forget this iconic moment from the Warrior cinematic just last year. Next up, we have Vault Breaker, her super iconic Q ability, which we also saw in the cinematic as well. This ability is basically her signature move. In League of Legends, she's known for it. But we also have these two really solid moves that we can base it on from King of Fighters. You see, the special dash punch has been done by countless fighting game characters throughout time, but in this case, we're going to be using Terry Bogard's Burn Knuckle. As you can see here, it has different versions and speeds, but Shen's in particular I want to draw attention to, because this one allows you to hold it down for maximum impact, which clearly befits the charging up nature of the Vault Breaker. Next up we have a variation of the Vault Breaker, but this one on a different axis. See, instead of flying straight out, she jumps up and dashes diagonally down, acting almost as a dive kick starting from the ground. This allows her an easy way to get in over projectiles. However, this is also a proven special move in King of Fighters, also thanks to Terry Bogard, as Power Dunk is a pretty useful special. Now imagine if you could charge it and increase the distance and speed of the move. It would become that much more threatening for those who throw projectiles lazily. Next up is a personal favorite of mine, Daunting. Now for those of you who aren't familiar with this sort of move, basically here's how it works. Vi does a stretch, powering herself up, and after recovering, her next attack will deal more damage and be treated as a counter hit. However, if Vi's attack is blocked, more chip damage is applied and it's frame positive. This move also powers up her next special, making the next special have slightly different properties, such as more knockback, more damage, higher hit stun, faster startup, maybe a faster charge time for things like Vault Breaker. However, the buff is removed if Vi is hit. This is really similar to Alex's move in Street Fighter V. His V skill in that game makes him do this sort of stretching taunt as well, very similar, and would make that any of his next normals would be a guaranteed counter hit. This allowed Alex in Street Fighter to put out some truly obscene damage out of nowhere, but it still gave the opponent a fair warning and plenty of ways to stop them from pulling it off. After all, any one stray hit would completely disable the mobility, as well as obviously the taunt itself taking a little bit of time to complete, so you can't just do it while under fire of multiple projectiles. Now, a continuation of this is that if she presses the button while in block stun, she gets the Daunting Roll. This gives her another tool to get into the opponent's range. It will also side swap, which lets you quickly turn the tables when being pressured with untrue block strings. We've chosen to represent this with a KOF roll. As you see, it's not particularly insanely fast or long range, but it still gets the job done. However, it's important to note, you are still susceptible to throws while rolling, so an attentive opponent can easily stop a side swap if they are paying attention. And of course, finally, you knew we had to get to it, it's her ultimate. Invazive has done a really clever thing here. Instead of it just immediately activating and dashing into the charge, instead Vi fires a laser out of her gauntlet, not unlike the one she uses in League of Legends. Then she rushes forward, knocking them into the air and smashing them down. Basically exactly what she does in League. It would be a great super to reaction punish projectiles with, or just end combos in general. But otherwise though, everyone, thank you so much for watching. This was an absolutely amazing sort of chance for me to sort of show you just how creative our community is. And of course, if you want to support more of Invazive's work, maybe request another champion for him to do, please go follow him on Instagram. He is Invazive709 on there. I'll have a link to him in the description. And of course, come check us out in the Discord. We have plenty more of these amazing contest designs there. So come in and join us. You can take a look at all of them, or you know what, just like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next one. I have the next two winners who were second and third in our contest coming up next, and their designs are also incredibly good. I can't wait to show you guys. Otherwise though, thanks again for watching. I will see you guys again next time. Peace out.